And meanwhile, back behind the teepee, oh gosh, if you know traditional Lakota courting customs, you know what that means. Yeah. I just thought I'd throw that in there. Long time ago, when we were still living in teepees, and you were interested in somebody, of course, there's the way people let each other know that they're interested in each other is they ignored each other. They didn't look at each other ever. But this is what they do. See, how do you ignore somebody? For one thing, if you're just sitting someplace, let's just say you're sitting somewhere deep in the forest, and you're going to say, I'm going to ignore that person. How do you do that if that person is not there? That's the key. See? You have to show that person that you're ignoring them, which means you have to be walking in front of them frequently. I mean, you come to them as you're facing each other, and then you put your head down. As you pass each other, you don't look away, you look down as you pass each other, and that's how you let the other person know they're interested in them. But what if the other one's ignoring you too? So how do you both know? Well, you kind of have to peek a little bit, yeah? Yeah? You kind of have to look up a tiny little bit and see if they're ignoring you too, and then she might be doing the same thing too, yeah? She might be kind of looking up, and you make eye contact. Oh, I have to ignore you. And you keep ignoring each other. Yeah, it sucks. And then when you want to speak in private, in the evening time, and you go behind the teepee. Guys are supposed to do this. Back then, it was one of the guys' way of doing this. So he would stand behind the teepee, and he says, nobody comes out. He keeps doing that. How many times do you think he does this? And if the girl doesn't want to talk to him, or maybe her mother is saying, nope, you're not going out. This is a lazy guy. He might be good looking, but he's lazy. So he has to do it 4 times. After 4 tries and it's still nothing, then he has to stop it, because that's another rule. 4 times. It comes from an old custom, yeah, that when you ask for something, and every time it's no, every time they say no, you're supposed to really think about it. You have to really, really, really think if this is really what you want. Then if it is, then you continue. And if it's something special, usually they make you do it 4 times. The person that you're asking will know that this is a special question. And so then they're going to say no. Even though they intend to give it to you, they're going to say no 3 times. And then the 4th time, they'll give it to you. And that's a really old custom. So this is what guys would do. If the girl didn't come out the first time, then he would wait for a little while, then he'll try it again. Like maybe the first time he might just go, nothing happens. And he waits for a little while. So he's thinking, okay, I'll try one more time. I'll try again. He gets fancier every time, yeah? To show he has a sense of humor. Because that's how our culture is, yeah? In Lakota culture, even in our spirituality, there's a lot of humor involved. If you're being too serious, you don't have our culture down. Humor is a big thing. Even in ceremonies, humor is a part of that too. So it's okay. When people say, "Hey, be quiet! We're doing a ceremony. Don't be laughing." Then that's like being in church, yeah. And Lakota traditional world really isn't that way. So if you go to, let's say, like a sweat lodge ceremony or something like that, and then somebody says something funny and you start laughing, if you get scolded, just get out of there. Just say mitake oyasi, and then they have to open the door and then walk out, even if that ceremony just started like 10 seconds ago. Just say it and end that first session. That'll be the really short session, but that's a traditional rule too. Yeah, that you just say that, and they have to. Yeah, that's ceremonial law. That when somebody says mitake oyasi, they have to open the door, and that ends the session. And they can get mad at you all they want, but that just goes to show you that that's not the right energy in that ceremony anyway. If somebody says something and it comes out funny, it's okay to laugh. That's totally acceptable in the real one, yeah? Like, I was in one. This one was done by a holy person, and he was conducting it. And a certain part, he was going to spill some water on the rocks. So he went and he said, he's kind of big, yes. So he kind of grunted, bending over. So he said, gee, not that bad, he said. He said, that wasn't a spirit, that was me, he said. He said, and then he continued, yeah. He said, the doctor told me I have to lose 30 pounds. And I said, gee, I just barely got my body this way. Now you're asking me to change it, he said. So he had everybody laughing, yeah. But do you see the effect of what this is doing? Is it's helping people to relax. So okay, now people are not so tensed up, and you know what I mean? See, it serves the purpose. But if somebody says, "Hey, don't be laughing," then you're at the wrong ceremony. Just get out of there. If you say mitake oyasi and nobody opens the door, just stand up. Seriously, because it's dualistic in there. That's what's happening. Because they already violated it by being dualistic. You're not going to ruin anything. They have already ruined it. So you just get out of there. Either do your own or go to another one. There's no rule that says you're supposed to be in all the sessions. If somebody says that once you go into the sweat lodge that you can't come out until the fourth session is over, if somebody ever tells you that, that is a dualistic ceremony, and you need to get out of there. Even if you've just been in there 2 sessions, it doesn't matter. They ruined it with their dualistic perspective. So it's not a healthy thing. So there are just some side tips here. Anyway, humor is a big part of our culture. It's in the snagging, the courting rituals, and yeah, it's one of the things that we're known for is our humor among Indian tribes. These Lakota guys are just goofy. Oh shoot.